And we look at the other top 3 pick, LaMelo Ball, going to Charlotte. I want to know. I'm very curious. We kind of knew it was happening, but after seeing the dust settle, what are your thoughts on that?
To me, if you're talking about just one of the big winners of the night, it's Charlotte. Again, not because I don't know if LaMelo Ball is going to pan out. There are legitimate questions about whether his love of the game and the work ethic is going to be there to become the player he needs to be, to overcome his weaknesses on defense and the inconsistencies in shooting. He is the guy in this draft with incredible star potential, a 6'7" guy with sweet handles who can dish the ball. Look, already has that passing gift that is just hard to find, that Luka Doncic and LeBron James and Ricky Rubio and all these guys have. That you can't teach. And if he can put together the rest of his game, for Charlotte, man, you just need talent. You need a star. You need an elite player on that roster. This was the guy in the draft most capable of being that guy, right? Of reaching that level. Go get him and take a chance. If it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. You've got to develop him, but take a swing, because you ultimately need that kind of player to really compete at the highest levels of the NBA. And Charlotte doesn't have a guy like that.
When you have a guy that's that size, being able to have the floor vision that LaMelo Ball has, that's just uncommon, as you mentioned. It just is, like you can literally put on a list and you named half of them: Luka Doncic, LeBron James. There's not a lot of people who are 6'7" with vision like that.
No.
But I'm curious to see how he evolves, in the sense of early on, he's going to have to take the lion's share of scoring, right? And we know he can score. I think he put up some absurd number, points, like 90 something points, something crazy in high school. We know he can score at will almost, right? But the thing is, when you start evolving, you have to understand when to score, when to pass, when to dish, when to take over games. And I think that's going to come later on, year 5, 6, 7. But I'm excited to see the 1-2 punch with him and Vernon Carey. Because Vernon Carey, I'm telling you, was a steal. I saw so many Duke games this year. My brother played for them. And his physical tool set is amazing. For the size and strength that he has, being able to move as quickly and as well as he does, it's just a special combination. I think that obviously when he starts getting his basketball IQ up to speed as well, he's so young, he'll become a dangerous player, especially right next to LaMelo Ball. I'm expecting Lob City in Charlotte for years to come.
Absolutely. And you know what else is interesting with that team now? If I'm another team in need of a point guard, particularly a scoring point guard or a backup, I'm calling them because they've got Dante Graham. They've got Terry Rozier. That may be redundant on this team right now, right? Like that, those guys may not necessarily be part of the future, or at least not enough part of the future that you're, if I come in with a good offer, you're not going to take it. If I need one of those positions and I can help them out with picks or a young player, I'm calling. Those guys could be on the move. I don't know that, that's not definitely going to happen, but if I needed a point guard right now, I'd be calling, because those guys can play. Those guys can go get you buckets as a, 6-man type of role. And that has real value, especially on other teams. I'm not sure it's going to have the same value on Charlotte, because they're still years away.
And they have $20 million in cap space as well. I mean, Charlotte, I'm very hesitant to say this, Remember the throwback jerseys where Charlotte was really great. I love watching Baron Davis. There were some exciting teams in Charlotte, but the future does look bright. So if you're a Hornets fan, you can't help but be excited, right?
You should be. By the way, nationally, we just need more teal on our TV, man. We need more teal uniforms on our national television. And we may get, I would say we get that in a few years, but honestly, the way LaMelo Ball is a draw, we might get more of that this year.